What made you want to compete on The Masked Singer? And congratulations on being one of the
Thank you.
finalists and coming in second.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The Masked Singer reached out to me about 3 years ago,
Oh,
and I couldn't do the show because I was in the middle of traveling and doing some personal things, but it's a full circle moment because they came back with the opportunity,
mhm.
and when they showed me the Wasp costume, I was like, yo, this is probably the coolest costume I've seen. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. So
Okay.
I'm like, this is it. Like I'm in off of the costume alone, I was in, right? But once I really learned about more of the show and how it was shot and just the storytelling behind it, it
Mhm.
really took me back to being a big kid again. Like my inner child was kind of like excited about being imaginative and creative and being able to, you know, perform and sing, and also be a character, right? And also be myself, unbeknownst to the world, for the
Yeah.
most part. So yeah, no, it was all these different elements, and yeah, I was excited to do it.
Speaking of that wasp costume, it kind of was like a mix between a superhero costume
Yeah, yeah,
and but still looked like a wasp. What was it
yeah.
like moving around in that and singing and as someone who dances, like dancing in a
Right.
costume like that?
No, no, that's very true. So luckily, I was given an opportunity to rehearse with my mask and whatever I wanted to rehearse in, but I usually rehearse with my mask, my wings, and my tail because
Yeah.
those are the things that like made it tougher to move in.
Hmm.
I think the hardest part was probably getting used to not being able to expand my jaws when I'm singing or breathe as normal as I do. But I think after adopting it for like a week, it just became a part of me. So every
Yeah.
time I put the costume on, I really felt like the Wasp. I was really in it. It was really like kind of like Broadway. I don't know, like I've done Broadway before, and it was kind of like that in a sense that once I put the costume on, I knew it was time to get to work and really create this character and try to make people fall in love with the song and the energy and the characteristics of the Wasp.
Yeah, we saw you exploring different types of artists and genres of music on the show. Did you surprise yourself with any of the
Yes,
performances that you did up there?
singing Whitney Houston was a surprise to me.
Yeah.
That was one of those ones where I was like, okay, am I going to take on this challenge here? Obviously, Whitney's voice is incredible, and her songs are very very high key. But with practice and just, I think it was this. I really psyched my mind out because I'm under this costume to say that like you don't have to sound like Mario.
Yeah.
Don't focus on Mario. Focus on when you think about a wasp. You think about anything with wings. There's no limit to where it can go. And so, like, just really take on the characteristics of the wasp and the fearlessness of it and attack it. So, I would say that song surprised me. Skyscraper surprised me.
Hmm.
Even with the record like Beautiful Things, right? Which is a more grungier. Yeah, his voice is, he was singing very like raw in it.
Yeah.
Um, just activating that part of my vocals was very interesting. So yeah, I surprised myself with like learning how, and I had really great vocal coaches who helped me to educate myself even more on my ability. So it was great. It was a very explorative experience that I learned a lot from.
And you said too that you felt celebrated and appreciated on the show, getting to perform under that mask and be anonymous and just sing. What
Yeah,
do you think
yeah.
you'll take with you from this experience as a performer going forward?
One one thing I would definitely take is how powerful music is. Of course, I've known that all my career, but just singing other people's music and seeing how it connects people together, but also connects people to your own intention in the moment,
Hmm.
right? Music is that perfect medium to communicate how you feel about life and love loss and just everything. Even working on this new album, Glad You Came, that I just dropped, it's the same
Hmm.
thing. It's very similar to reintroducing yourself to people through the medium of music. So I think it was just that just how powerful it is and how powerful the imagination is, right? People
Yeah.
are imagining who they pretty much can imagine I'm whoever they want me to be. I could be their cousin, their brother, their whoever under that mask singing that song to them right there. Like, so it's like allowing people to dive into their own desires and imagination while giving them, inspiration through the medium of a costume and a character you're playing.
Speaking of your new album, what can you tell us about it and all of the new music you're putting out right now?
Absolutely. Glad you came. Even more glad you stayed. Glad You Came is a album I feel like that it really highlights more of who I am as a partner, as a person who longs for love, a person who's made mistakes in love, a person who is intellectual and also very intimate. Uh, I would say it's really good R&B. It reminds people how important communication is. I think this album, I write very metaphorically sometimes, but the communication and the intention is very direct. And I feel like it embodies a timeless approach to having conversations about diving deeper into yourself and your partner or whoever you're dating at the time. Uh, uh, it just invites people to be more vulnerable and still confident. Vulnerable and confidence is the new sexy. You know what I'm saying? And honest and authenticity and accountability. Accountability. I think a lot of the songs on this album speaks metaphorically about accountability, and I feel like that's something that we all should strive for. So it's a little bit of everything on the album, and it's also fun as well. So yeah, glad you came. It's out right now.
That's super exciting. And you're going on tour in the new year with Mary J. Blige and Neo. What are you most looking forward to about that?
The whole journey, taking
Mhm.
this album, bringing it to the stage, and also performing just like timeless records that my fans want to hear, and grabbing new fans. And just like really taking all this energy and inspiration behind imagination and love and music and timeless art and bringing it to the stage, and reminding people and the fans why they fell in love with Mario when they were 15, 16 years old. you know, now being able to sing these songs from a place of experience is a lot different than singing Let Me Love You when I was 18 and knowing nothing about love.
Mm.
Right. So yeah, it's exciting to do.
Great job on the show. Coming in second, you were amazing. And
I
congrats on the
appreciate
new
you. I still
album
feel like I
too.
came in first. Boyz II Men is like, they're I grew up listening to them.
Yeah,
They
me
in
too.
fact, in fact, I sung their song, I'll Make Love to You. And the meeting that got me signed as an artist when I was 14. So full
Wow,
circle moment. And
that's
yeah,
amazing.
it
Did you
was
tell them
beautiful.
that?
Oh yeah, they know.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. We talk. Those are my
yeah.
guys. So
Did
yeah.
you know? Did you know it was them? Did you have any idea at all?
Their third performance, I knew it
Yeah,
was them.
yeah,
Wanye gave it away. His runs, I've been studying those runs since I was 10 years old. So
yeah.
he he fully gave it away. Um, but yeah, it was a pleasure to be sharing a stage with them, sharing costumes with them, for sure.
Coming in second on the Masked Singer, going through that experience and everything you went through over the couple weeks you were there, would you ever do
Right.
something like this again?
It was the right medium for my creativity and my art and my talent. Absolutely. Because sometimes you can't do everything being an artist. I could never dress up in a costume and shoot a video. I mean, I could, but for me, life is about expansion. So if it allowed me to do that in a way that's creative and elevated, absolutely, for sure.